Golden hour. The sun was low in the sky, casting a warm, golden glow over the small coastal town of Ashford Bay. It was a time of day that seemed to hold a kind of magic, a moment when the world felt suspended in the delicate balance between day and night. The golden hour, as the townspeople called it, was when the world was bathed in soft light, and everything seemed just a little bit more beautiful, a little bit more full of promise. For Nora, the golden hour had always been something to look forward to. Growing up in Ashford Bay, she had spent countless evenings on the cliffs overlooking the ocean, watching the sun dip below the horizon and feeling a quiet peace settle over her. It was her time for reflection, for solitude, and for dreaming. But today, as Nora sat on the familiar spot at the edge of the cliffs, something felt different. The air was still, the waves gently lapping against the shore, but there was a sense of anticipation in the air, something just beyond reach. For the first time in years, Nora wasn't just thinking about the peaceful sunsets she had witnessed. She was thinking about the choices she had made, the life she had built, and the future that seemed to be waiting for her just beyond the horizon. Her mind wandered back to the days when she was a child, running along the beach with her best friend, Leo. They had grown up together, inseparable, always dreaming of what lay beyond Ashford Bay. Leo had been the adventurous one, the one who always wanted to explore, to leave the small town and see the world. Nora had always been content to stay, to watch the sunsets and feel the pull of the waves. But as the years passed, their paths had diverged. Leo had left for the city, chasing his dreams, while Nora had stayed behind, taking over her family's bakery and living a quiet life. She hadn't heard from Leo in months, not since he sent her a postcard with a picture of the city skyline. The postcard had been full of enthusiasm, telling her about all the new places he was exploring, the people he was meeting, and the life he was building. It was exactly the kind of life Leo had always dreamed of. But Nora couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing in her own life, a piece that had been lost when she chose comfort over adventure. As the golden light began to bathe the world in its soft glow, Nora stood up and took a deep breath. The time had come for her to make a decision. She couldn't keep living in the past, waiting for something that might never return. She needed to take a chance, to step out of her comfort zone and embrace the possibilities that life had to offer. She walked back to her small cottage near the edge of town and began to pack a bag. She didn't know exactly where she was going or what she would do when she got there, but she knew that it was time for a change. It was time for her to chase her own dreams, just like Leo had. As she closed the door behind her and set off toward the unknown, Nora couldn't help but smile. The golden hour was fading, but in its place was a new kind of light, a light of hope, of possibility, and of a future that was waiting to be discovered. And as the sun sank lower in the sky, Nora knew that whatever came next, she was ready to embrace it with open arms. The golden hour was no longer just a moment of reflection for Nora, it was a symbol of new beginnings, of the courage to step into the unknown, and of the promise that every ending is the start of something beautiful.